A few days ago, two white women wandered into a Burger King in Florida and, seeing the manager speak in Spanish to his employees while training them, began berating him, saying, "You should go back to Mexico." What the hell is going on? Ah, that grand American tradition of fear the foreigner. Like the Irish in the 1840s, when the Great Potato Blight forced fully a third of that island to run away from poverty and starvation, to resettle in Boston, or New York and Chicago, and not being able to find work because signs appeared everywhere overnight saying Irish need not apply. Well, they joined the government, and when the New York Police Department was formed, fully a quarter of it were the Irish. By century's end, it was 3/4, the firefighters too. 2 decades later, it was the Chinese's turn. Right, fleeing the violence of the Taiping Rebellion, they resettled in California, worked the gold rush, and then, not being able to find other work, they took on the arduous task of blowing up mountains for the Central Pacific Railroad. Bravery. And how did we reward this bravery? Well, the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882, which stripped them of their citizenship almost overnight. A couple more decades, and it's the Italians' turn. Fleeing the poverty, detect a theme here, of South Italy and Sicily, they resettled on our shores into their little Italies in major cities, making it easy for their neighbors to prey on them, Jesse James style, and giving rise to the mob. Throughout history, other examples abound, such as slamming the doors shut in the face of Jews fleeing the Holocaust in Europe, or interning Japanese in World War II concentration camps. Why? Because they look different. Each time, the excuse offered is the same. They bring their diseases, their drugs, their crime. They must go back. Sound familiar? So is Stephen Miller right, then? We should be throwing brown babies in cages? After all, it is an American tradition. As if! The point of this country is to learn from our mistakes, not to repeat them. So what were those two white women in that South Florida fast food restaurant protesting? The fact that America is changing beyond their control. Every year growing browner, gayer, more feminist, more agnostic, and they resent that. Should we be listening to them? In decades past, these racist voices among us were stilled. Why are they back? And why are they so loud? Enter Donald J. Trump, a man who wants to be president again. Now, he may not know much, but he knows that winning in 2016 was a fluke. Yes, he had the evangelicals firmly stapled to one flank, and having stoked their fears of the foreigner, he had the racists firmly stapled to his other flank. But it still wasn't enough. And then the miracle happened. The Democrats ate their own. In those crucial battleground states, the Berniacs, still grumpy that their man did not get the nomination, broke the ticket and handed Trump 3 times as many votes as he needed to win those states and the White House. So hey, why not try it again? It worked once before. And besides, this time he's got Tom Steyer helping out, splitting the Democratic ticket. Returning to those fast food girls and their resentment that America's changing beyond their ability to control. Should we listen to them? Should we repeat the mistakes of the past? Everything we did to the Irish, the Chinese, the Italians, the Jews, the Japanese? Or should we simply accept that America has changed? Should we drown out their voices with ours and point out the obvious? We have a new America now. It's time to accept it. Thanks for watching my video. If you like what you see, subscribe to my channel. Just click on that red box below. I want to keep you laughing.